Have you ever walked past a woman, felt something in the air, but then doubted yourself and thought, maybe I'm just imagining it? What if I told you that in many cases, your instincts were actually right, but you didn't know what signs to look for? Welcome to Psych Depth. Today we're breaking down something most men struggle with: how to tell when a woman actually wants you to approach her. Not guessing, not assuming, but reading real behavioral signals. Let's get into it. Sign 1. She creates open energy around you. Have you ever noticed someone who doesn't say anything, but still feels completely open to interaction? That's not random. When a woman wants to be approached, her energy changes first before anything else. She doesn't have to smile at you directly. She doesn't have to talk to you. But her body language starts sending permission signals. She doesn't block herself. No crossed arms, no turning away, no tight defensive posture. Instead, she stays relaxed. Her shoulders are soft, not tense. Her stance feels natural, not guarded. She may be standing still, but she doesn't feel closed. And here's something most men miss. Distance matters. If she keeps adjusting away from everyone else, but not from you, that's important. It means she is not resisting your presence. Even subtle things matter. She doesn't immediately walk away when you appear nearby. She doesn't create physical barriers between you and her space. She allows shared proximity without discomfort. This is called low resistance behavior. It doesn't mean attraction yet, but it means acceptance. And acceptance is the first stage of any social interaction. Another key detail is comfort anchoring. If she stays in the same area even when she has the option to leave, that's a signal. Because people naturally avoid discomfort. So if she remains, she is not uncomfortable. Now here's where psychology gets deeper. When a woman is open to being approached, her body enters a state of social readiness. That means she is aware of her surroundings. She is not shutting down interaction possibilities. She is mentally available for conversation. You might even notice small micro-adjustments. She repositions slightly to face open space. She turns her torso rather than her back. She avoids hiding behind objects or barriers. These are not dramatic signals. They are subtle patterns, and patterns matter more than moments. Because one gesture can be coincidence, but repeated openness is intention. Most men miss this completely because they look for obvious signs. But real interest often looks like nothing blocking connection, and that is the quietest invitation of all. Sign 2. Eye contact that comes back. Eye contact is one of the most misunderstood signals in human behavior. Most people think, if she looked at me, she likes me. That's not true. But repeated eye contact, that's where psychology changes. When a woman is simply aware of you, she may look once, but when there is curiosity, she looks again and again. This is the difference. A single glance is accidental. A returning glance is intentional behavior. Here's how it usually plays out. She looks at you, then quickly looks away. That alone means nothing. But then, she looks back. Not once, not randomly, but after a short pause. That pause is important, because the brain is processing something. Should I look again? And if she does, it means curiosity is present. Now here's the deeper layer. When eye contact repeats, it creates emotional awareness. She becomes aware that you noticed her, and you become aware that she noticed you. That mutual awareness builds tension silently. But there's another powerful sign: delayed breaking of eye contact. Instead of immediately looking away, she holds it slightly longer than normal. Just a fraction of a second more. That fraction changes everything, because it signals comfort instead of avoidance. Now combine that with another pattern. She looks away to then checks again. That check again is not accidental. That is the brain verifying interest. It's like, is he still there? Did he notice me? Should I look again? This is subconscious curiosity, and curiosity is the root of attraction. But here's the mistake men make. They freeze. They overthink. They assume eye contact means do something immediately. But real social intelligence means reading the pattern, not reacting to the moment. If eye contact repeats once, it may be random. If it repeats twice or more, now you have a signal pattern, and patterns are what you follow. Not guesses, not hope, but behavior loops. And when eye contact becomes a loop, it stops being coincidence. It becomes communication without words. Sign 3, she subtly makes herself noticeable. When a woman wants to be approached, she doesn't always move toward you. She adjusts herself to be seen by you. And this is where most men completely miss the signal. It starts subtly. She may fix her hair, not because something is wrong, but because she is aware of your presence. She may adjust her posture, not randomly, but when you are nearby. It's like her awareness of herself increases in your direction. She becomes more intentional. Now here's the deeper layer. She may reposition herself slightly so she enters your visual space. Not aggressively, not obviously, but naturally, almost casually. This is called visibility positioning in social psychology. She is not chasing attention. She is allowing herself to be noticed. You might also see small grooming adjustments when you appear, slight shifts in body orientation toward open space, momentary awareness of how she looks in your direction. And here's what makes it powerful. These behaviors don't happen for everyone. They happen for someone who has entered her attention field. But remember this clearly. One signal means nothing. A pattern means interest. When she repeatedly adjusts when you are around, that is not coincidence. That is awareness becoming expression. And expression is always the first step before action. Sign 4, she doesn't block approach moments. This is the final and most important signal. Because even if the first 3 signs exist, this one tells you everything you need to know. A woman who is open to being approached will not create barriers. Not physical ones, not behavioral ones, not emotional escape routes. She does not turn away immediately when you come closer, hide behind her phone to avoid interaction, leave abruptly without reason, continuously shift away from shared space. Instead, she leaves space for possibility. And that space is the key. You may notice she stays in your proximity longer than expected. She doesn't rush away. She doesn't shut down the moment you appear nearby. Even if she is not speaking, she is not escaping. That neutral stay is extremely important because humans naturally avoid discomfort. So if she is staying, she is comfortable. Now here's the psychology behind it. This is called non-avoidance behavior. It doesn't scream attraction, but it removes rejection signals. And when rejection signals disappear, approach becomes possible. Another subtle sign, she allows pauses. Instead of filling silence with escape behavior, she remains present in the moment. That silence becomes an opening, not a rejection. And that is where most real-world interactions begin, because interest is not always about what she does. Sometimes it's about what she does not do. She does not block. She does not escape. She does not resist. And in social dynamics, absence of resistance is the beginning of invitation. And remember, attraction is never about forcing moments. It's about recognizing them when they appear. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.